Why is collecting birth rate data a privacy challenge? Imagine trying to count how many babies are born in a city, but every number you gather could reveal something personal about a family. That's the core of the privacy challenge with birth rate data. In the United States, birth records include details like the date and place of birth, the mother's age, where she lives, and sometimes health information. When you combine these details, it can be possible to identify specific individuals, especially in smaller communities or when data points are very precise. Even though most data are grouped together for reports, sometimes the information is detailed enough to trace back to a person. For example, if a report shows only a few births in a small town, it becomes easier to figure out who those babies are. To prevent this, agencies often hide or remove small data groups, usually when fewer than 10 births are recorded in a category. This keeps identities safe but makes it harder to get exact numbers in certain areas. Laws and rules also play a big role. Birth records are protected by privacy laws that limit who can see or use the data. These rules are in place to protect personal health and social details that families might not want shared publicly. For example, information about health conditions or social status can be sensitive and private. If this data falls into the wrong hands, it could be misused for discrimination or identity theft. Gathering accurate birth rate data also involves collecting information from hospitals and birth certificates. This process must be carefully managed to avoid exposing personal details. Agencies have to balance collecting enough data to understand population trends with keeping that data anonymous. They often use techniques like removing or aggregating data to prevent anyone from being identified. This is why privacy concerns are so important. While understanding birth rates helps us see how populations change over time and how different age groups grow or shrink, protecting individual privacy remains a top priority. Agencies work hard to keep data safe by limiting access, anonymizing information, and only sharing broad summaries. This way, researchers and policymakers can still learn about trends like the recent drop in U.S. fertility rates or shifts in birth rates among different age groups without risking anyone's personal privacy. In the end, collecting birth rate data is a balancing act. It's about gathering enough information to understand our population's future while making sure no one's private details are exposed or misused.